Hello, how are you? I'm not going to read a poem today, I don't think. I know, how devastated are you? I want to talk about something else, and it doesn't really feel like there'd be a connection between what I want to talk about and then reading a poem. So, at least not one of mine. There's probably a poem somewhere that would tie in with what I'm going to chat about. The thing I wanted to talk about today is something that has bothered me for years. I think definitely years. And it also is in conjunction with it being Pride Month. Woohoo! I should have my rainbow around here, but I don't. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's on my ship downstairs. Because why not? That's where your rainbow flags live. On your ship. Everyone's got a ship, right? Anyway, I could wear my rainbow glasses. Is that too much? I don't know, I don't think so. I can't bother going again. They're over there. So far away. Anyway, the thing I wanted to talk about was how I find that a lot of people have a weird stance on people who are gay or lesbian or bi or one of the other, any LGBTQ plus things. I don't know what the right word is there, but anyway, anybody that is any of the above, people seem to have this weird fascination with it. And I know that some people are nosy and like to know about lifestyles of other people, but I don't understand why it makes such a difference in someone's life, especially if it's someone you don't even know. I mean, for someone to come out and tell somebody that they are gay, that takes a great deal of strength, and it shouldn't, because I think the reason it takes a great deal of strength and bravery is because of the stigma and negativity that has been attached to anybody of the LGBTQ community. And so it's a privilege for someone to come out, the person that they come out to, it's a privilege for them, and for them to open up, for that person to open up to them. And I think that may be why there's an obsession, a fascination around it, because it's shrouded in secrecy. And I don't know, it's never something I've done, but some gay people might have come out to everybody collectively, and others might have told people in like one person at a time, and eventually it's just, they wait for other people to spread it around and then everyone knows. I don't know. But the thing is, I don't know, it's like when you go on someone's Facebook page and looking at maybe where they've worked, or if they're in a relationship, or what's the other things that you can look at? I don't know, one of them anyway is their sexual preference, and it will say if they like men, women, both, neither, whatever. And there's always been this, I don't know, it's like when someone introduces somebody to someone, I've had this done to me many times, not me being introduced to someone, I don't mean that, I mean when someone said to me, oh, that's so-and-so over there, she's a lesbian. And I don't know how to react to that, because they don't then say, oh, and that's what's his name over there, he's straight. So why do people feel the need to tell everybody that someone's gay? I find it really bizarre. And I do call these people out on it. Because it's unnecessary. You don't go around telling people that people are straight, so why do you do it when someone's gay? It's very bizarre. And needs to stop, really, because it's not a big deal. So there's the other thing where if a man is gay it doesn't automatically mean that he fancies every single man in the world. That's not how it works. It's absolutely ridiculous to me, really, that this still needs explaining. Does this still need explaining? Why is this still a thing? I don't get it. If you're straight, you don't fancy every single person you look at or come into contact with. That's not how it works. And it's the same if you're gay, lesbian, or even bi, just because you like both, or pansexual even. That doesn't mean that you fancy everybody. That's not how it works. That's not how feelings work. There might be some kind of condition where that happens, but I'm not aware of it. But yeah, being gay doesn't mean you fancy every man you come in contact with. At least I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because it doesn't work like that, does it? It's just, like I say, it's like being straight doesn't mean that you fancy everybody. That's clearly what that would mean. Well, depending on if you're a man or a woman. That makes sense. Yeah, I think it makes sense. So anyway, I hope that I'm getting my point across here. Basically just don't understand why it's such a big deal these days. Why it's still a taboo subject, even though there's so much. I mean, it is out there all the time, like it should be, because it's nothing. There's nothing strange or weird about it. And I know there are still people that have that thought process, that they do think it's wrong, they do think it's weird and it's strange and what have you. But it's completely not the case, and that's my point here, is that it should just be viewed as not normal, because what is normal? I don't think there is a normal. But yeah, it is something I do believe that still needs to be said, unfortunately. So I'm going to give you some examples actually of things that people have said to me, and they still baffle me to this day. I don't understand how these people think like this. Hopefully, I mean, these things that the examples I'm going to give are from a few years ago. I'm hoping by now that these people have been educated in some way and taken on board from what I've said to them as well. So, there's just a couple of examples of weird things that people have said to me. This was when I worked for a cleaning company, 2 separate cleaning companies that I've had strange comments said. So it was when we'd got new customers and someone had said, this new customer is 2 men living together, and this is what they said, so this is me quoting what they'd said. This new customer is 2 men living together. I think they're gay, but they're alright. What does that even mean? I don't understand what they meant by that. It was a very strange thing to say, and I can't understand where the logic. I don't understand. I just didn't understand. I don't understand how someone could think like that. I mean, what do you mean? I think they might be gay, but they're alright. Why would they not be alright? I mean, you might say something along the lines of, there's loads of dead animals strung up around the house and it smells like death, and there was axes and bits of like meat and eyeballs and bits of stuff everywhere, and maybe some demonic incantations written on the walls. But I think they're alright. That would have made more sense. Actually, that wouldn't make sense, because clearly there's something wrong there. But that makes more sense than saying, I think they're gay. but they seem alright. Stop saying shit like that, because it doesn't make sense. It's stupid, it's offensive, and it doesn't make any sense. So that was one example. Second example, pretty much the same really. So this was from a cleaning company going to a customer's house, and I was told, so this is a quote from somebody, I'm not going to mention any names, not even going to mention any companies obviously. So this was a quote from somebody: "The house we're going to today is where the lesbians live, but they've got kids." Again, what do you mean? So what? I don't understand it. It's completely pointless. If you want to tell me that the couple's house we're going to are gay, well then fair enough. Just, I don't care either way. But if that's what you're, I don't know, what do you want me to, what reaction do you want from me when you tell me that someone's gay? I don't get it. Do you want me to go, oh my God, what? Is that what you want? Because see, that's not what you're going to get. Not from me anyway. It's just going to be a, alright, okay. And what do you want me to do about it? I don't care. It's strange, it's bizarre, it needs to stop. And also that weird thing where they think that gay couples or lesbian couples or whatever can't have children. Why? Why do you still think this? Why is it still bizarre? I don't get it. I just find it weird that not once ever did anyone ever say to me, the new customer's house, or the customer we're going to today is a straight couple and they've got kids. That was never said to me once. It's weird, isn't it? You wouldn't say that. Because why? Why wouldn't you say that? Because you think that there's something abnormal or wrong about gay couples having kids or being married or living together, or it's not. That is the problem. It's you need to think about the way that you're wording things. Or if you have some fascination with it and you say something along the lines of, I know this woman and she's a lesbian, it's still weird. You don't need to introduce people like that, and it's unnecessary. It's not as though, for instance, you might have a friend who's an artist or a teacher or a doctor or I don't know, whatever. Then you'd say, oh, my friend Andrea is a doctor. You don't, and so say for instance Andrea's straight, you wouldn't say my friend Andrea, who's straight by the way, is a doctor. If she's a lesbian, you would introduce her though as my friend Andrea is a lesbian and a doctor. And for some reason this is acceptable, and I don't know why. It's just weird. I think it's weird anyway, and I'm fairly sure that many other people agree with me that it's weird. It needs to stop. It's not necessary. The majority of people don't care if someone's gay, lesbian, bisexual, pansexual, and I know there's lots of other terms to be used, but to be honest, I don't know all of them, and I will miss some out if I try to list all of them, and so I just use the LGBTQ+, and that's everybody. But we don't need to know in future. This is just for you people that do this. We don't need to know. I don't mean you that are in the LGBTQ+ community. I don't mean that. I mean the people that introduce their friends that are. We don't need to know. It's not important. Unless you were trying to set someone up, I suppose it might be appropriate then. I don't know. Would it be? I suppose it'd be helpful for the person if you had a single friend that's a lesbian, and then you had another single friend that's a lesbian. I suppose you wouldn't have to say though, would you? You'd just introduce them and the chat and whatever. I don't know. Maybe you do. Anyway, all the other stuff. Yeah. I just wanted to get that off my chest. And that's about it really. Okay, I'm not going to read a poem because it just doesn't feel right, doesn't work. I might do one tomorrow, I might not, but this should be up later today actually, because I've been late with my filming today because I was doing some like other filming earlier today, and I was there doing that for about 4 hours, and I just got home and eating some food. I know you don't care, that's what I've done. So then I'm late filming this, which means it's going to be late putting it up. I don't know what time it'll be. I just want to go to bed. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so that's about it. Oh yeah, so this will be up later today, which is Friday, and then my singing video, which, no, I'm not going to tell you what it is. No, I'm not going to tell you what it is. That'll be up tomorrow, as usual, and then my next vlog will be out on Monday, which is about the earth. And that's all I'm going to tell you. So there we go. I hope I've given some people some things to think about, and maybe this is just a completely irrelevant video and everyone's like, yeah, we already know that. Well, what are you on about? Shut up. We're not stupid. Unfortunately, I know there are a lot of stupid people out there, but they tend to be the ones that you can't get through to. So maybe it is irrelevant that I've made this video, but never mind. I'm sure it'll come in handy for someone, and if not, does it really matter? I'm just rambling now, so that's done. Okay, I'll speak to you later. Okay, love you, bye.